なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
Alright, what's going on, fam? Raiyuden here. The Legends Twitter page has tweeted out that we're going to be getting a Legends information tomorrow. And in that Legends information, they're going to be talking about the after party. The after party serves as like a blank slate to say that we are now done with the 7th anniversary and it is time to move forward. A nice little mini celebration. If you guys remember last year, the after party had some relation to the final part. We had the Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Gogeta to wrap up the 6th anniversary, and then the after party was an LF Omega Shenron. So there is a high chance that whatever character we see in the after party is going to be related to the Frieza saga. Who that could be, I'm not sure. Who at this point do you think could be an LF? We already got the Ultra representing the Super Saiyan Goku. We got an Ultra representing the full power Frieza. They could have Zenkai awakened the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, like I said earlier, but they didn't. I'm not really sure what kind of LF they could go for there. Maybe some sort of Vegeta, maybe some sort of Piccolo that absorbed Nail. I would be 100% comfortable with that. But then again, that is a very dangerous path to walk through because the team that consists of the Ultra Namegoku paired alongside the Ultra Full Power Frieza is already quite terrifying. With this Legends information tweet, they also said that a particular Ultra is going to be getting a Platinum equip. Of the Ultras that exist now, there's maybe 3 or 4 of them that are pretty obvious choices just because they are very power crept. The biggest one to me is going to be Super Vegito. Not only is this guy very power crept, but we see some sort of Super Vegito or Vegito representation every year. He somehow makes his appearance no matter what. First anniversary, he was our legendary Finnish character with Super Vegito. Second anniversary, he was the LF with Vegito Blue. Third anniversary, we got a 1% sparking, the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Fourth anniversary, it was this guy, the Finale Ultra. Fifth anniversary, he was the Ultra Vegito Blue. And the 6th anniversary is one of the headliners with a fusing to Super Vegito character. So with the 7th anniversary not having any Vegito, let alone a single fusion warrior, I would not be shocked if the Platinum equip was to go to him. Just to carry on that little meme of Vegito getting something every year. But if it's not going to go to him, the other choices that stand out the most to me would then be you and you. This is where it gets very spooky. Number one, it's pretty obvious they are depriving the purple type in order to sell us a very powerful version of this. I don't know how you guys feel about the instant transmission Goku or the Evo Vegeta, but these purple characters are not strong enough to intimidate the Frieza. And even worse is Frieza's closest friend is a yellow sniping second life providing character. So a purple character would have to be stupendous, a force to be reckoned with, in order to not only deal with the yellow character, but also to pressure the green Ultra. I don't know how a single character will deal with the active skill ability that Frieza has, but it would have to be somebody so good that even Frieza with that little, quickscope shooter in his back pocket, even he would feel worried about using this character so freely. One of the characters could actually be this Gogeta. This guy was sort of the start of the horrendous counter gauge and for some reason endurance nullification off the rush crap that nobody really liked. He's power crap now, no doubt. If you want to argue he could do something maybe in the late game, but he is definitely up there as somebody that could see Platinum equip. His counter gauge would not work against Frieza's active skill. I want to make that clear. This guy's active, his counter gauge is reliant on arts cards. That's the most important thing. This is why I tweeted out, the game does not feel like it has the tools ready to deal with active skill abilities, let alone one that you can just fire right away, because they're not treated as arts cards. The game has spent years finding ways to weaken, destroy, and counter arts cards. But what about active skills? They're their own category. They are their own thing. The game doesn't have anything to counter that. And I highly doubt they're going to make a platinum equip have an active skill countered by a unique gauge. That will never happen. So I would only see this guy being a very strong purple character that could help Frieza go in check, but I don't see him being the guy to just snuff him out. But again, platinum equipment for him would be welcome. Why not? The other choice is this. This to me is where it gets spooky, because it is possible the after party actually has nothing to do with the Frieza saga, and instead they decide we should start buffing the Lineage of Evil. Remember, LOE got no buffs for a very long time. The only time they saw proper buffs is right now. We saw a new unique equip for the yellow full power Frieza that really helped him out. We saw a Zenkai Awakening for the Revival Frieza, and that guy is like the right-hand man for a lot of characters now. And then we got the Ultra Full Power Frieza. That trio right now is really, really good. But it is possible that they say, they need more. And they decide that the After Party is going to be focusing on buffing of Lineage of Evil. More specifically, they decide we're going to buff Lineage of Evil and go with movies. You may have noticed this entire year, we actually haven't seen anything movies related, which is rare. They love movies. They buff movies no matter what. If there was a favorite child, the closest to the future tag would be movies. So I could see them saying, all right, now that we're done with all those shenanigans, we're going to go ahead and start buffing the movies tag and Lineage of Evil in that same vein by releasing a metal cooler. That celebration would be set up perfectly, not only because one, metal cooler hasn't seen representation in like 50 years, but number two, the Zenkai Awakenings just speak for themselves. If this guy gets the platinum equip, Ultra Full Power Frieza, Ultra Golden Frieza, and maybe the Yellow Full Power or the Revival Frieza, everyone will already be shedding tears. I actually think that would be the worst case scenario. But if they go with that route and they go with movies, you guys already know what I'm going to be saying. Movie saga. Why is this not getting it right? Bruh, get this guy out of here. If they go down that route, we already know. This guy could probably see a Zenkai Awakening. Yes, the Super Saiyan Yellow Ultra Killer. The guy who snuffs out Ultra Super Vegito. It would kind of be a funny play on memes. If the Platinum equip does end up going to Ultra Super Vegito and he finally breaks out of his shell and feels that he has a chance to do damage again, them going down the route of giving us a metal cooler and then Zenkai Awakening this guy would be so poetic. Hilarious, but also poetic. Not only that, but metal cooler could easily work with the new mechanic that Nappa provided by summoning minions out of the ground. I mean, the metal cooler army is such an easy given. Just spawn out more metal coolers. Who knows where they come from, but I think it's a cool mechanic that they could expand on, and I think it would be interesting as well. So it's up to them. Now, preferred for me is that it goes to the Vegeta. I think this guy getting a platinum equip would be great. Not only because, you could argue it could go to the Goku, but this guy got a new Ultra character, so I'm going to put him lower on the list. Going for the Vegeta would be great because not only is this guy purple, but he's also a free Ultra, which is great. He didn't get a summonable character here. And this guy, maybe he could be the kind of character to put Frieza in check, Maybe. Who really knows? He would obviously be ran alongside them just because of this right over here. He does synergize with Frieza Saga. Maybe they're going to boot off the Krillin and you're going to throw this guy on here. But I think we're all in agreement that we will take any free character buffs. You guys let me know in the comment section below which one do you want it to be. For me personally, I'm going to go with the Ultra Super Vegito. I hope that he's the one that gets this plat equip. Outside of my own bias of really, really liking Vegito is my favorite fusion, I think that that guy getting an opportunity to show what he can do would be quite nice. I think out of all the Ultras we just talked about, he's the #1 guy that needs a power-up. Ultra Gogeta Blue would be welcome too. Another purple in the melting pot would be nice just to deal with Ultra Full Power Frieza. The more strong purples you have, the more you can sort of balance things out. And of course, you know, just have a more healthier meta. And then Ultra Golden Frieza would be the dangerous one just because we are very rapidly making Lineage of Evil way too powerful. The Ultra Full Power Frieza single-handedly snuffs out the entire meta. Giving him another second life character to help him out would be disastrous. I can already see it. Ultra Golden Frieza, the Revival Frieza, and Ultra Full Power Frieza ran together. That would be a nightmare. Way too many second life characters, way too much damage, way too much oppression. We may need another Lineage of Evil diss track from ZVG. Now, of course, out of that though, I would love for it to go to this Vegeta. Give a free character a much needed power up. The Goku side got a new summonable character. If they're not going to do anything, let's at least power up this free Vegeta. Now for the after party, I'm thinking they're probably going to be buffing up Metal Cooler. And this way, they could segue to doing a bit of a movies campaign leading to Festival. Who knows what Festival could be, but I think that would be a nice little transition period. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. I don't want the game to go to an absolute dead period. I think it would be nice to have a little bit of a flame going, and I think movies is the best way to do it. But if you feel differently, let me know below. Be sure to check out the Twitch. We might be playing a little bit of Deltarune right now. Been having a nice little binge there. Really enjoyed the game, and maybe you will too. Peace.